Hi
everybody!
I'm Alyssa Blackmore, this is Claire Henshaw from Kaizen Life Sciences, and today we'll be sharing with you some interesting insight around the candidate experience. And we are confident that this information will help you identify if your recruitment process delivers and in fact does give candidates the experience they are looking for.
So far too often companies tend to focus on what they are looking for when recruiting and not always thinking about how the candidates are finding that recruitment process. Both Alyssa and I know all this all too well from our years of working in talent acquisition. So it's important to remember that it is a two-way street and candidates are also interviewing you and your company to see if they actually want to work there.
So what is candidate experience? Well, that's very simple. It's the result of all the interactions your candidates have with you during their journey, of their feelings about you from the beginning until the end of their recruitment process. It all starts with their awareness, consideration, interest, application, selection, and finally hire. Onboarding is also part of this, and that's the period between the signing of the contract and when they begin to work for the company. All of this is defined as candidate experience.
So throughout the recruitment process, you generally interact with candidates in different ways through your marketing efforts, career portal, social media communication, interviews, and direct communication through email, text, and now more increasingly video. The term you'll often come across for all of this is the candidate journey. And although most of these interactions are digital, some are of a personal nature and just as relevant.
So the candidate experience is the ultimate sum of your candidate's feelings related to their recruitment experience.
You'll also need to understand what representational and financial risks you might incur if you ignore the candidate experience.
But thankfully for you, we are here to help with that and guide you along the way.
So, why is candidate experience important? Well, let's face it, we live in a world today where people like to air their opinions, and thanks to the internet, it is so easy to do exactly that and let the rest of the world know what we have to say. It only takes one fingertip to spread a not so pleasant word about what upsets us. People rant about that hiring manager who never got back to them, or complain about that company that disappointed them by offering an unexpectedly low salary. And also mention that application process that took away 6 months of their lives, leaving them clueless as to why they got rejected. But the tables are turning and it's becoming a candidate's market more and more, especially once you acknowledge that online reviews are the new amplified word of mouth.
Indeed. As a hiring manager or company owner, this is what should keep you up at night. This is what you lose candidates to. And when a candidate is also a customer, companies face being boycotted and a loss in revenue. Have you ever thought about that? Currently, in the recruitment scene, search firms like us are more aware of the risks of poor candidate experience. And the reason for this is we understand a poor candidate experience can have a huge impact on your brand perception, and a candidate's word could have inconceivable consequences for your business. Let's give you some stats to show you what we mean.
So workplace trends claim that 60% of candidates have had at least one negative experience in the recruitment process. Wow. 60%, that's over half, which is not good to hear. But on top of that, a recent Glassdoor article quotes that 72% of candidates then go on to share their negative experiences online. So you should be paying attention to what we're telling you so that you do not fall into that category.
That's so true, Claire. The majority of candidates read at least 6 reviews before forming an opinion, and 55% of them will avoid a company after reading negative comments. But not only that, bad reputation strongly impacts referrals, which in case you didn't know, is the number one source of high quality candidates.
Yes, they are. All interesting facts, Lisa. But there is another type of risk in ignoring candidate experience feedback, which is of a financial nature. And I bet you didn't know that 42% of people would not buy a company's product if they had a bad candidate experience.
So as you can see, it can be costly, and once you do the maths, it's worse than you can imagine. If you ignore candidate feedback and deliver a subpar recruitment experience, you could suffer. But this is something we will talk to you about in the next episodes.
Indeed we will. So don't forget to follow us, like us, to make sure that you don't miss the follow-up to learn more about the harmful impacts a negative candidate experience can have on you and your company and what you can do about it.
If you're struggling to identify top talent for your team and are finding that the quality of candidates is poor, costing you precious time and money, along with having a negative impact on your team, this could be one of the reasons why.
So you can book a 5-minute call with us via the link in this post, where we will share with you the secrets to identify the best talent for your teams, giving you back your time to focus on your objectives, saving you time and money.
Until
then,
bye
bye for now.